What's good, family? Go ahead and hit that follow button because this one right here is about to shake your whole timeline. Sean Kingston, the same man who once had us vibing to beautiful girls and riding the wave of his Jamaican American. Crossover fame is now staring down decades behind bars alongside his own mother, Janice Turner, in a fraud scandal so wild it feels like an episode of Power, gone way too real, and the details, they're messier than a reality TV reunion. Let's get into it. This saga kicked off in May 2024, when Kingston's South Florida mansion got raided by a full-blown SWAT team like something out of a blockbuster cop flick. Tactical gear, police vans, officers surrounding the mansion like they were taking down a drug cartel. Except the only thing they were bagging was luxury fraud. Kingston wasn't even home during the raid. He was out in California performing at Fort Irwin Army Base, only to get snatched up post-show and thrown in cuffs, giving new meaning to "take me back to the stage." His mother, not so lucky, Janice Turner, was arrested on the spot, and Kingston later made a public emotional plea begging agents to protect his mother as she was dragged into custody. But all the crocodile tears in the world couldn't erase the evidence, and oh boy, the receipts were stacked high. Let's rewind though. Before all this legal chaos, Kingston had a rags to riches story that had people rooting for him. Childhood homelessness, periods spent sleeping in cars, a stint in jail at just 11 years old for breaking and entering, and a mother who herself did a prison bid for identity fraud? Yeah, you heard that right. This ain't her first rodeo. Despite the odds, Kingston made it big when he got discovered on YouTube and dropped his self-titled debut in 2007, riding high with hits like Fire Burning and Take You There. But by 2013, his chart success started to dry up. Albums like Back to Life flopped, and the fame faded. What came next was a slow, desperate spiral into fraudulent flexing, scamming his way through luxury circles just to maintain the image. Prosecutors say Kingston and his mom were running a full-on operation between October 2023 and March 2024, defrauding businesses of over $1 million using fake wire transfers and fraudulent documents. We're talking big-ticket items like a $285,000 Audemars Piguet watch from Fort Lauderdale jeweler Moshe Eatery, who literally testified that Kingston sent him a fake wire screenshot and promised red carpet invites in exchange for the watch. Eatery ended up losing credibility and even got fired. Behind the deal. Then there was a $159,714 bulletproof Cadillac Escalade from an exotic dealership, an $86,000 luxury bed, a $150,000 home theater system Kingston swindled by claiming he was Justin Bieber's business partner, and nearly $500,000 in miscellaneous jewelry. This man was ballin' on Monopoly money. And the most incriminating part? Authorities found text messages and voice memos with Kingston telling his mom, straight up, to fake receipts to delay payments. He literally wrote, "I told you to make fake receipts so it looks like the transfer will be there in a couple of days. You can't make this up." The trial in March 2025 was fast and furious. 5 days, 33 fake wire receipts presented, and a jury verdict in just 3 hours, finding both Kingston and Turner guilty on all counts. 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud, each carrying up to 20 years in prison. Let that sink in. 5 charges, 20 years each, potentially 100 years behind bars. And although most sentences run concurrently, even the lower end could mean a decade or more locked up. After the verdict, Kingston was placed on house arrest, slapped with electronic monitoring, and had to post a $500,000 home bond and $200,000 in cash. His mother denied bail entirely due to her past convictions, which include a 2006 sentence for bank fraud. The judge described her as the fixer, operator, and accountant of the fraud, managing logistics and ensuring their phony operation ran like clockwork. This wasn't a solo act. It was a full-on family business of deception. And while both defense teams have filed for appeals, claiming Turner was trying to shield her son from bad actors and Kingston was financially naive, the jury wasn't buying it, especially not with the avalanche of digital evidence the prosecution brought to the table. The public reaction? Wild. Twitter, or X as it's now called, went nuclear with memes and shock. One user said, "From beautiful girls to court tears, son Wilden," while Reddit threads were filled with dark humor and disbelief, with users sharing alleged past stories of Kingston being entitled, stiffing bills, and demanding free stuff long before this case even broke. People are clowning him, but underneath the jokes is a real sense of betrayal. Fans feel like Kingston had the dream life, the golden ticket, and he threw it away trying to stunt with fake wealth. Mainstream media like TMZ, The New York Times, and Hot 97 have all been covering it nonstop, and YouTube videos documenting the scandal are racking up views like crazy. Everyone's tuned in to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. And while some nostalgic fans express sadness about his downfall, most are calling for accountability, frustrated by Kingston's lack of remorse and what they see as blatant clout chasing turned criminal. Let's also talk about the restitution, since the fraud totaled over $1 million. Kingston and Turner could be ordered to pay it all back, and with Kingston's shaky financial situation, that likely means asset seizures and wage garnishments down the line. And even if they do appeal, this process could stretch out for years. So what's next? The sentencing hearing on July 11, 2025 will determine their fate. Legal experts predict Kingston could get 5 to 15 years, while Turner may face longer due to her record. And let's be real, this kind of conviction is going to be a massive stain on Kingston's legacy. Can he bounce back? Maybe. The music industry's seen artists like Meek Mill and Gucci Mane turn their lives around post-prison, but those cases had public sympathy, activism, and redemption arcs. Kingston's case doesn't. If he wants a comeback, he'll need to do the one thing he hasn't done yet: take full accountability, show growth, and turn his trauma into art. He's got over 8 million likes on Facebook and a decent following elsewhere. But whether fans stick around will depend on what he does next. This entire scandal also speaks to something bigger: the pressure on celebrities to keep up appearances even when the money stops flowing, the toxic relationship between fame and financial insecurity, and how name recognition can be weaponized to manipulate trust. It's a cautionary tale for the industry and a cold reminder that the law does not care about your Billboard hits. The judge doesn't care if you charted at 19, and the jury doesn't care about red carpet appearances. They care about the facts, the fraud, and the victims, some of whom may never recover their losses. Kingston and Turner are officially convicted, felons waiting for a sentencing day that could change their lives forever. Whether that verdict brings redemption, punishment, or an eventual second act remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the days of flexing fake wealth are over, and the Kingston legacy just got rewritten in handcuffs and court records. Tap that follow button for more deep dives, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.